another save point. We can try to call it a day.
Okay.
All right, everybody, welcome back to God of War. I hit the record button kind of quick. And we are getting our third magic relic right here.
Lord Zeus.
So we're going to talk about the actual
No, hold on.
solution to the puzzle?
You grow stronger as your journey continues. But if you are to succeed
The
in your
last episode.
quest, you will need my aid. I offer you the power of
The
the
movie?
greatest of
Yeah.
all the gods.
Oh, yeah,
the
we're gonna keep
Father
talking
of
about-
Olympus. I offer you the power of Zeus. Take this weapon, Kratos. Take this power.
I want you to just know, since I've played the entirety of the series, this scene right here is funny to me. With the fact that Zeus gives Kratos an ability. Press him down on the dust.
You have done well, Kratos. Go with the gods. Go forth in the name of Olympus.
Hold down to aim it and press square to fire. Okay. Alright. Oops. Alright. Am I done with talking heads? Talking heads always talking shit. No, they don't ever listen to any different tunes. Yeah. Got it. Alright. Alright, so in the last episode we were talking about the movie Slevin with Brad Pitt and Mr. Morgan Freeman. And we were at the final, we're at the end of the movie. But it took us so long to finish it, we didn't get to finish talking about it. So now at the 2-minute mark, we're going to start talking about it now. So go ahead. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, they were he told them that he wouldn't reveal the location of his last two victims unless Detective Mills would talk to him, basically. And if he did basically if Detective Mills did whatever he wanted him to, he would, show them where the last victims were, and but if he didn't, he would plead insanity, and given the bullshit that he's done, he was gonna get away with it. He just would have spent the rest of his life in a mental ward, but still, it would have worked out in his favor. So they do decide, all right, we'll follow along. They get him in the car. And it felt like Brad Pitt's character was really taking the bullshit in stride for a good chunk of that ride. But he started pressing the right buttons, and it really started getting under his fingernails. You got it. Go ahead.
So, basically...
I'm assuming you've seen this more than once.
I've seen this several times, yes. I mean, I've also got the Wikipedia page brought up, so...
Even if I haven't.
Within minutes. That's what we know. So basically, they drive to this desert location that he's trying to say that's where the final two victims are going to be. And they get out of the van. They're just waiting around for a minute. And Doe is basically taunting.
Got him a car.
Yeah.
Got a car. And he walks with them to a very specific point in this deserty field. It's not the desert. There is no sand, but it is kind of an arid location. There is I think there's fucking a what was it, a barn, and I think some wind turbines and shit like that. Yeah. And he tells them. I remember he asked somebody what time it was. He asked them what time it was, and it was 7 p.m.
He was basically asking detective, can you tell me the time or some bullshit? Because he was all proper that way.
Yeah, he was one of those murderers. Like he would have gotten away with the whole like death thing, the insanity plea because he was properly crazy, at least from like a normal person's like mentality. So as they're standing there like more or less shooting the shit with this fuck nut, they see a van pull up, like not pull up necessarily, but starting to come down this long ass dirt road because that's where they are, and Somerset. That is not his name, is it?
Yeah, Somerset.
Huh. That's a weird last name.
Somerset.
But yeah, like they see this van coming down the road. Somerset runs over to the car, and like he basically parks the car, like the car they came in such a way where it blocks the road, so that the driver has to stop. And it's at that point like he forces the driver to get out. Just understand that this entire time this is happening, there's a police chopper trailing them, like following along with them. In case anything happens, they can put the kibosh on the whole situation, which is a phrase you won't hear a lot. But so the van driver stops, and apparently it's a delivery van. And he gets out of the car. He is quite nervous because a black old police dude is pointing a revolver at him. And if I don't know if y'all know this, but revolvers don't fucking miss. That's a lie. What I meant to say was revolvers don't jam. So there is no like luck of the draw. Like you might not get hit. Revolvers don't fucking jam. So you get popped once and that's a rap diddly. So he's like, it's just this box. Like this guy told me to like he paid me like good money to have this box here by 7 o'clock. So he what's he doing? He opens the he tells him to put the box down.
It's on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, they put it on the ground and he tells the dude to leave. And my favorite part about this is the delivery guy plot. Oh my back, child, it hurt. Ooh, that hurt a lot.
Oracle!
Yeah.
Kratos! Praise Athena, you've arrived! No! Kratos! Kratos! Find me! You must find me!
Kratos Jones!
Whatever happened to Kratos Jones?
He killed him. He pretended to kill. He faked. God blessedness. So yeah, my favorite part of this scene is the fact that the fucking delivery guy he runs off because they didn't. Like that's my favorite part. You might be like, why is that funny? It's because like they're in the middle of fucking nowhere
desert,
for the most part. And he runs, like, he puts the package down and then fucking runs away. He runs away.
I mean, to be fair, he had a very tall black man with, a revolver.
A gun pointed at his head. So he had his reasoning. I'm not saying he didn't.
He just didn't think about, like, the after.
Yeah, oh shit. There's no way this is how I was supposed to do it. Wow. There's no way this is how I was supposed to get in here.
But yeah,
the
entire time that this is on the ground. And
the entire time he's over there dealing with the box.
John Doe is kind of like saying, your wife is so
taunting.
beautiful, you're such a lucky man.
Yeah, and he's talking about like the things you have in your life are things I kind of wish I had. And blah, 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 blah. And... Okay. The woman is dead. Okay. Shoot.
I mean, it's not wrong.
I'm pretty sure there's a really easy way to... Oh, there you go. There's just got to be an easy way to get back up here. And so Detective Somerset's like, yeah, I'm just open the box. And the people in the chopper are like, they're not going to stop him because if it blows up, that's, one more dead black guy. They don't go fuck. So, I'm really bad at this. Like, the control. Like it's the camera angle. If it was behind me, it wouldn't be so bad. But like, there we go. But he decides to open the package, and when he opens the package, he's like, ain't good.
They ain't nothing about that's good.
And like, and it's at that point he's like, oh crap. Now, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to just try to guess what's in the box. Like the entire movie, there's nothing that leads up to this, in my personal opinion. There's nothing that leads up to this. There's nothing that you could say, well, oh yeah, obviously. No, not so ever. Because there just isn't. Like there just isn't. But if you can guess based on what we've said so far, that what could possibly be in the box. I'll give you a hint. If you've ever seen Prison Break, it has a lot. It has something in common with Prison Break. And like the whole time, like Joe was talking to Mills, and he's just telling him like he just wishes that he had a life like his. Oh, I can just grab it. And Mills is not really interested or anything because Mills doesn't know what's going on. Mills is just like stuck talking to this crazy fucker because he is at the end of the day. And when Somerset gets back to Mills, he's like Mills is asking him what's in the box. That thing. I think we're about to see I think we're about to meet the Gravedigger. Is that this game? Nope, we're about to meet the Gravedigger.
Kratos!
Do me a favor real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Look up the God of War Gravedigger trick. There's a specific thing I'm supposed to do in this part of the game, and there's like something that happens. I know there's one in God of War 3. God of War 2 for sure. But there's also one here, and I just don't know what it is. So like look it up for me real quick. Like there's only one scene in this game that has the Gravedigger. Like I'm in a fight scene, so you got a little bit of time. It is warm in here. Lord. You don't want to jump in the air while it's happening, because if you hit the ground while you're in it, like after you turn the fan, you die immediately if you break.
Gravedigger trick.
It's like a thing. I don't know if it's a trick, but specifically there's something you can do when you meet the Gravedigger in God of War 1 and 3. No, not 3, 2. But I don't think it's the Gravedigger in 2. It's just there's something that you can do. There's like 3 specific places in that you're supposed to hit like the block button, and I want to try to do it.
Everything I'm getting is about fucking Ghost of Spine.
Yeah, that's because that's when you find out who he is. But specifically look up like God of War, like PS2.
Good. Athena has chosen wisely. I knew it was so.
Who are you?
So, you have the blades, the skin as pale as the moon.
God of War,
You are the
Gravedigger.
one indeed. Perhaps
Something says
Athens
skip
will
last
survive
cutscene.
at that. But be careful. Don't want you dying before I'm done with this grave.
The grave?
Can I check it in
Who will
this?
occupy it, old man?
You will, my son. Oh, I've got a lot of digging to do indeed. All will be revealed in good time. And when all appears to be lost, Kratos, I will be there to help. Don't disturb me now, son. I've got my work to do, and you have yours, and precious little time left
Jump
to
on
do
the
either.
ledge where a chest is waiting. To the right of the chest, you'll see a small glowing light or firefly.
Mm-hmm. To the left or to the right?
Let me read that again. To read the entire thing, it says, I've heard there's another Easter egg hidden in God of War. What is it? When you arrive at the Temple of the Oracle for the first time, you have a chance to see a deeply hidden Easter egg. To trigger it, you go to the far left-hand side of the temple. Jump up on the ledge where a chest is waiting. To the right of the chest, you will see a small glowing light or firefly. Walk into the firefly and press R2. If you wish, press R2 a few times to make sure. Now quickly make your way back to the gravedigger.
Mm-hmm.
He's digging the grave. Behind him are 3 piles of dirt. Stand on the tallest one and press R2 once.
And then go down into the
Now quickly make your way back to the bridge at the beginning of the area
yeah.
to make
Okay.
where the chests are located. Stand between 2 columns at the beginning of the bridge and hit R2 again. You done
Okay. So
this?
here's what I'll do.
You done this
I'm going
correctly?
to.
You'll
I
see a
got it.
message.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it now.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 2 save states here, and if I don't, because I see the chest, and if I don't get the chest, if I don't like trigger it right, I'll just like reload. Because basically what it is like I need to. Gosh, it's hot in here. But all right, well, we're at 16 minutes. But it seems like, yeah, what I have to do is like get around to the other side. Okay, I know what to do. Yeah, there's no skipping cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate this. Like, the one thing in this game I'm bad at doing, this room is just filled with it. Like, just walking those damn ledges. So yeah, we're not gonna tell you, like, I don't want to tell you what's in the box. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. Like, I'd love to, but, and I personally don't understand how Mills figured it out. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, John Doe, like, just kind of, like, taunts him, and that's what happens. But I never really, like, grasped, like, I'm gonna get knocked off. Okay. I know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, that's right. I have to do this first, and then. Okay. But well, you know what? We'll tell you what it is at the very end of the episode, so like you don't have to like skip anything or yada yada yada. So if you're watching this and you want to see this movie, just know that we'll tell you exactly. We'll tell you what it is at the end of the episode, if I remember in 2 minutes. Like, this is a puzzle. Like, I can't tell you like how I figured it out. Like, I don't know how I figured it out. Like, I don't recall. Here's the thing. I played this for the first time, again, before I had a PS2, and like the Wii and the 360 were like my, before I had a PS3, sorry. The Wii and the 360 were the most technologically advanced systems I had. When I played Twilight Princess for the first time, I borrowed it from Fifth. I didn't look things up. I would text him and ask him, does he remember, or like, I think I either hit him up on like Yahoo Messenger, and I would ask him, do you know what to do here? And his response at that time was like, you have the internet. You have access to an unlimited amount of information. You don't need me to tell you what to do. I didn't stop asking him though.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, y'all are being extremely polite here. I'm surprised I haven't gotten hit at least one more time. So there's a reason they showed you where the things were coming from, and that's the reason. Because you're supposed to like block block it away so they can't get it. They can't get in. Okay, this is the end of the episode. So let's get this out of the way first. Like, comment, subscribe, because we spent the entire episode talking about 7. Sorry about
the
that.
ending
We're
of
going to the
7
next one.
specifically.
Yeah, specifically. But yeah, all that's well and good, blah 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 blah. So if you don't want the ending of the movie spoiled for you, you can click away now. Okay, hopefully they've left. So here's the thing. I figured it out. I figured out what was in the box. What were the last 2 sins?
Envy and wrath.
Envy and wrath. So, John Doe apparently made a visit to Detective Mills's house. He went in and he basically, the way he describes it is, he tried to be him, and that didn't work out. Like, he tried to basically just be Detective Mills, and he found his wife, and she was not a fan of him being in their house, and blah 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 blah, and she attacked him, and he wasn't okay with that. So her sin was wrath.
No.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't her sin.
What was her sin?
Her sin wasn't a sin. She had no sin. His sin was envy.
So what was wrath?
Him killing him.
But that didn't make any fucking sense.
Like, when he killed him, that was the final sin. He could have stopped he could have left his work
chain. Okay.
incomplete if he had just...
Well, either way, the wife attacked him, and he was none too okay with that. So what he did was then he killed her.
Yeah.
And he admitted that, the fact that he always wanted the life that Detective Mills had, he was like, well, I guess with that, being the case that envy is my sin. The whole point of it was, yes, his wife's head's in the fucking box.
Yes.
And the point was to make Mills mad enough to make him kill John Doe so that John Doe could atone for his sin. The only question I have now is, did you start plotting against me a year ago when you got the first guy? Because the guy, the sloth, had been in that exact same spot for nearly a year to the to the day that they found him. So if this was all leading to Detective Mills killing him because he envied him, he planned this out. That's I'd say the only plot hole. That's because whatever. But yeah, that's what happens. And Mills shot him in the head, and that's just the movie. He wasn't okay after the fact because dude's wife just got decapitated, and he had the head shipped to their location. And yeah, that's what happened.
Which I don't know how that smell got past all security, but whatever.
Well, that's the thing. He killed her that morning.
I mean, yeah.
So her head was still fairly fresh.
I mean, but it would still smell metallic. I mean, I guess you could just say that's metal.
Yeah, you could wrap it up. You could just wrap it in plastic. Yeah, but yeah, that's what happened. So, with that being said, y'all, this is the end of the episode. Again, I hope you really enjoyed what we bring to the table. If not, tell me how to improve it. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I am out of here. Peace.